Hello, welcome pen friends. Today, as I'm filming this, it's day 10 of Diamine Inkvent Purple for 2023, and I really have meant to slow down and come and do a video before this. I was gonna block it up a certain way, but then we had this thing happen, which I'm going to talk about all the off-topic stuff at the end of the video, but I thought I'd come and intro it and just say a little bit of an apology for not getting, you know, a shorter segment sooner, but I think I can handle doing the 10 days now that my camera phone will hold more video. So we'll go into my ink journals, 2 of them, and we'll look at all the ink cards, and I'm just going to talk about, you know, opinions and thoughts and everything. But as in another part of this introduction is that this year I kind of made a deal with myself to really just enjoy it and not put a lot of pressure on myself. And so I haven't actually been doing Instagram photos, and I haven't been doing heavy comparisons yet. I just decided to do the Inkvent calendar like I would any Advent calendar and just super enjoy it and kind of save some of that for later, because there's plenty of time for the hardcore you know, comparisons and choices, as far as maybe I will run into one of these that I think I might want to bottle on, and in that case I would definitely do some comparing and some checking to see. I may have something in-house already that's better or the same or whatever. So I haven't done my typical Chris stuff, except for the splats and the writing with each one, and I have inked up 9 pens, so that means that only one of these inks so far, well, actually I did put that ink into a pen and then I cleaned it out. I couldn't stand it. Another thing is that each time I ink up, I'm only putting a little bit of ink, because I figured, you know, if I super love it and I want to go back in and put more, that's fine. But that way I would just put, they're all cartridge converter pens, and I'm just putting a little bit in there to see, you know, how it goes. So I'm not, I'm not filling each one up to the max, because already with 9 pens, and this is only day 10, you know, there'll be 25 days total. So I think that's pretty much introduction wise. Yeah, we've got quite a bit to look at, and I'm also doing the Open a Door to 2024. That's Tom from Ink Journal is doing a writing challenge, and so I'm doing that, and I'm super enjoying that, and we'll peek into that notebook too. And also I'm trying to keep up with pen pal letters, thank you cards, and holiday greeting cards too. And then at the end I'll tell you the off-topic stuff I've been doing, which has been kind of interesting. And so let's just get started. We'll switch the view and we'll just jump into the ink journal, because that's where all the action is right now. And I'll see you over there. Okay, so now we're in my little spread that I have in my Bond Travel Gear 68 GSM Chamoy River notebook, which I just had to tape actually. This is an old one that I'm almost done with, and I had to actually repair it because it broke. But that's, you know, I've been heavy in this for a long time. Actually, I think I started this one way back, like, I usually date them. Yeah, July 2022. Oh, wow. So yeah, I got over a year in it, because I've used other things too. So, let's see. I got everything highly organized, but I'm not sure how we're going to go about this. Maybe I'll do the cards as we go through each page. So let's just glance at this. We had a yellow kind of chameleon ink the first day. That's very shimmery. Let's see, we can get a little shimmer there. And they call it Chameleon. And then we had kind of a really pretty kind of, I won't say dusty rose, but the name is Cashmere Rose, a standard ink the second day. And then this blue, this Early Dusk, has a lot of, I would say, complexity, and I really like it. It's a standard. And then Masquerade, take a look at that shimmer. Yeah, and then I got it in a nib, but we'll save some of that stuff for later. And then Nightfall, which actually that's not putting on its prettiest face right there. It's a chameleon ink, kind of a dark navy. And then Buck's Fizz, which I had to look up, It's an orange. Let's see if we can show you the, yeah, the shimmery there. That's a Chameleon. And that's some kind of a cocktail drink. So then I realized I wasn't so surprised. I didn't know what it was. And then a beautiful pink, Sweet Dreams, that's actually scented. That's a pretty one too. Well, they're all beautiful, you know. And then Jacaranda. I've been trying to decide how to say this. Jacaranda, standard. Beautiful, kind of a purple that makes me think of a Sailor ink, but I haven't actually kept up on all the latest inks. So I would be thinking of something I'd seen maybe on like Manda B's channel or Simone or somewhere else, because I purposely haven't been keeping up because I have over a lifetime supply of ink. So I tried to kind of tone it down this year. And then this one is Moonbeam, and it's a Chameleon. And interesting about this is I thought it was a green, but now I'm not sure. I keep looking at it and it looks different every time. So maybe that's what they mean by Chameleon. And here we have today, on the 10th of December, we have a teal, which is actually velvet emerald. I made a mistake on that. Let's see, let me get my bottle. Let's see if yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my mistake. Yeah, I switched the words. It's supposed to be velvet emerald, and it's a standard. Very pretty. So I guess let's go from here into my little, I have a Goulet A5 that I'm in, and it's fun. You know, it's fun to have these separately. Like they end up being a keepsake. This was 2022, and so I really do enjoy that. It may seem a little excessive or strange, but that's just what I like to do. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so this is really, I'm really laying it bare here. I did not like the first day. I did not like the ink. I liked it plenty as far as the splatters. You know, who doesn't love a good shimmer and splat like that? And it looks great on the cards too. It's a Chameleon, Fortune's Gold. But then, you know, I put it in my Lamy Vista, and it was so disappointing to me. It felt, I don't know, it just didn't feel right, and I didn't like how it looked. And so I thought, oh no, I'm failing Inkvent on the first day. But then I know to just keep going. I could always come back, except that I made a little mistake here. The next day I splatted right on the paper. And after that I got my act together and started using, like I always do, the separate paper. But anyway, I didn't like the first day. And in fact, it made me devise this little plan where I have these little containers, and I put no, maybe, and yes. So it's kind of neat because I'm seeing a lot more little bottles go into the yes pile. That's just me, because I thought, you know, Chris, you really ought to, you know, kind of think this through so that then you can start learning how to move things out that don't work for you. And anyway, so day 2 was like a happy compared to day 1. And it is Cashmere Rose. And let's see. Okay, so this is where I can start showing you which pen I put things into, I guess. It's a mess on this desk right now. I put this into the Schneider Ray with a medium, but it writes like a broad. And it was super, super good. It still is, you know, and nice and flowy. I like it. And I was studying the 2024 Hardcore Literature Book Club list by Benjamin McAvoy. He's a YouTuber, and he has a neat Patreon. Anyway, I'm reading East of Eden right now. I'm a third of the way through. I'm around page 200. And then I'm looking for, I'm going to get Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I've messed this up. I messed up the name. I just was talking to Mom, and I confused her because I had the wrong name. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. But anyway, that's off topic. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty ink. Let's see, where's the tile? Everything is all right at my fingertips, but it could be a mountain. Yeah, it's a standard, I think, right? Did I see? Yeah, standard. So, you know, it's real pretty. And like I said, it's tempting for me to go ahead and get all my ink tiles out and start comparing them. But I'm just not ready to do that right now. I've got a really full December, which I'll talk to you about toward the end, because some of it is kind of interesting. Make sure I don't smear that. And it explains why I'm not quite so, you know, intense with the ink, even though I am enjoying this so much. Every day when I go open the little window, which I kept it in the original packaging, and every day I go open the little bottle, and it's just so much fun. I don't know what they look like yet, because I stayed, you know, out of it until the day, you know, each day. Gosh, I'm really having set trouble here. I hope things will work out. Yeah, because I really wanted you to be able to see all the way down through. Hold on. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, so day 3, Early Dusk. I believe, and I know this is going to sound surprising, but I believe this is my favorite so far. And, you know, that's just an impression. But, okay, so that was day 2. And then, so the ink, the pen I put it in was the TWSBI Go with a broad nib. And it was just really, really nice, really comfortable. And I like how the shading is. I like the fact that it has a little bit of complexity. There's the chromatography. I wasn't going to do that. At first I didn't. Like the first day I didn't. The second day I didn't. And then I realized, ooh, I want to see this one. So from then on I realized, let's have a little consistency, even if it's not much. So, yeah, see, on the ink tile, this ink looks like a great shader and makes me interested in the chromatography. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's really, really pretty, but, you know, it's interesting that I would be having this so far as my favorite in a group of inks that's sort of Christmassy, or, you know, intended to be. So it's very interesting. But I said, I love this ink, and it's got familiar vibes. Yeah, I think it's reminding me of a Robert Oster ink, but I can't even think of what it is, and I have refrained from looking them all up because that would really put me over the limit, I think, of what I can handle right now. So next up on day 4 was Diamine Masquerade. Let's see, they're calling that shimmer, okay? And I put that in this pen, the Nemosine Singularity, with a broad goulet nib. It's feeling dry in there, which is very strange to me, but it's very soon too. When you play with an ink for a day and then you move on to another one, I know this from experience, you can get a lot of prejudices, biases, and really strange thoughts about an ink that aren't actually, they don't actually prove out over the long run, either pro or con. So you have to be kind of careful, because you can fall crazy in love with an ink and then end up with a bottle and hate it. Or you can, you know, rule it out right away and then later revisit and wonder what was going on with you. You know, that's what I've found to be true. Oh, I don't like grid lines that end up looking crooked, but that's just OCD. So, okay, we'll just do our best here. Anyway, I think this is well suited for art. It's got so much going on. Look at that shimmer. It's like gold, and it's got all these pretty kind of mauve kind of tones in the background, and I just think that artists would delight with this one. Let's see if I can unshade the chromatography. It's got quite a bit of stuff going on. So other than the fact I don't like it in the pen I chose, I actually, it's funny because I'm using, let's see, I thought I put that little box over here, but maybe not. I couldn't fit everything that I wanted to have at my fingertips. I'm using a little dip pen every day. Whoops, I pulled out the wrong thing. The little Hokoro, Sailor Hokoro with a stub nib, so I'm getting to see each one on the little cat cards, and I'll show you those. We'll take a peek at those in a little bit. Afraid this is going to be an 18-hour movie, video, but yeah, I like this ink. I'm not getting along with my first choice there, and you know, look, even now it's day 10, but look, I was like, yeah, I was trying to establish my categories, yes, no, and maybe. This one went right into yes. Well, I think now it might have moved into maybe, so isn't that interesting? That things can change. So Ooh, this one's real pretty. I think this one may be winning all kinds of contests online. I'm not sure. This is the Day 5 Diamine Nightfall, which I did put into, and I think it's a very good choice. I put it into my Jinhao X750 with the, you know, shimmering sands, and it's got a Yowo broad nib on it. And so far so good. It's very saturated, and I'm finding the flow much better than Masquerade or that Fortune's Gold. Yeah, so I was really, really happy with the flow in that. And I like how it reacts to the water. The water brush just, it's really, really nice how that is. It's pretty. I'm pretty sure there's been some dark blue, you know, like this that have been interesting, but it's almost a greenish kind of a, I don't even know what the shimmer is. And they're calling it Chameleon, so that makes sense. Like, if it's going to shift and look differently to different eyeballs, I guess. I don't know, but very pretty. And I said on Day 5, my favorite so far. Very interesting. It's no longer, I don't think. I like it, but I don't have a lot of patience for trying to get shimmer to be even in all my writing. So I kind of would prefer to use it with the dip pens, which isn't quite as good for letter writing for me. But it's pretty. It is beautiful. There's no question about that. Okay, so on to Day 6. This one, I just love this warm kind of orange, kind of yellowy orange. It's just beautiful. And it surprised me how much I liked it. It's Bucks Fizz is the name. And this is a chameleon too. 2 chameleons in a row. Very, very pretty. Let's see. And I put it in my Schneider Ray, the black and white. I had such good luck with the other ink. Let's see. I bet you before we're through, something's going to fall on the floor. I hope it won't be a pair of glasses. So it is in this pen, the Schneider Ray with a medium broad nib. And it was writing really good. I think I might not have gotten as much readability as I wanted on my other, the paper made in Italy. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that's what we're going to discover when we go over there. But it's gorgeous. That made me really smile. That's a pretty color. And then, let's see. Day 7 is a pretty pink, and it's a standard, a scented. But other than that, there's no, there's nothing to have to agitate in it. And it is a really pretty kind of a pink. I think I have quite a few pinks that I'm happy with. So it doesn't like tempt me terribly. This is a pretty pink. I could do without the scent, but it's not terrible. Okay, so if I just didn't like try to smell it, I was okay. It's a little strong, you know. I'm very sensitive though to scent. Now, as long as I just didn't concentrate on it, I was good. But it's pretty. I didn't react terribly to the water. I mean, like it wasn't dramatic, but then it's not as saturated, say, as the Nightfall, so it makes sense, you know. It's a lighter ink to begin with, but it's not super light. I like it. It looks good in a nib, and no problems. So I might have stuck that in the water too long for the either that or I dunked it too far in, because that looks a little bit carried away there. Okay, so then Day 8 is the Jacaranda. Okay, I'm getting all the rejects, by the way. The better ones are going to Matt for the website. So if there's like mistakes and weird stuff on the cards, I chose the best one to put in the pile for the website. And here I did a capital in the middle and everything, and that's not right. But this just has, this reminds me too of how the blue one behaved. It had such nice like shading that shows up even in your splats. So nice like that. And I put this in the Hung Dian Black Forest with a Fude nib, purple. It looks like I'm falling right off the page. I'm having a real trouble with this. And that's unfortunate because it drives me nuts, and I hope it's not making you feel like you're falling off a ship. We have to do the best we can, though. Oh, I didn't show you. I put the... I tried to put too many things on my desk. The Diamine Sweet Dreams into the Jinhao X750. I think that's a broad nib. Yep, broad goulet nib, and it's nice and flowy. It's perfect. And then I thought, ooh, saw all that shading, all that potential for shading, so I put it, this one, the Jacaranda, in the Hongdian Black Forest Fude nib, and it's nice. It gives it quite a bit of readability, and it's nice and wide like a paintbrush, and I really enjoy it. It's fun. Then I used the other one too, just a spoiler alert. I used the other Hongdian rainbow that I have too coming up. So, okay, so day 9 was Moonbeam, which is a Chameleon. And as soon as I saw this, maybe when I painted it on, I thought it was green. And as it's dried, it probably does have some element of green in it, or maybe my eyes are just picking it up or getting confused. I now kind of look at it and I wonder, is it gray? It's not quite black, but it's, yeah, I even question myself down at the bottom here. But it certainly has readability. I'm not sure whether I got, well, there's shimmer all over this page because of my splats being side by, closed, so it's not a fair judge. I was having quite a bit of trouble here and there getting my shimmer to show in all the letters. I tried agitating the pen. I think it's just better when you're dipping, because you can continue to agitate your little ink bottle and then dip, and you'll get more shimmer. And I like shimmer in every single letter of every single word, but it gets a little frustrating if you don't get that. So there's the chromatography. Didn't do much. So, okay, so day 10 is this lovely beauty, Diamine Velvet Emerald. And I really like this. Okay, and this is a standard, so you don't have to be so concerned about what it's going to do, whether it's going to be even or not. It's got a lot of, I think that's red, whoops, trying to make it so you can see the red sheen in it. But I didn't pick up a lot of red sheen in my writing on this paper. This is 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. But oh, this is lovely. It flows so well in that other pen in the, I've done it again. I have this ink, the Velvet Emerald, in the rainbow pen. And it has the Fude nib, just like the purple one, and I love it. So backing up just a little, I did put the Moonbeam in the Jinhao 82 with the Goulet broad nib. And I don't remember having any flow problems. I just kind of felt like the color was not landing with me somehow. And I do like gray, but it just didn't, I guess it didn't float my boat that much, but that's okay. Not every ink is going to make me want a bottle. Thank goodness, right? So that is the ink journal, the little one that I made up from Goulet. And I'm going to go ahead and just quick show you the cards, because they're all together here. Hopefully this won't be too much glare. I've done them all onto the little Wearingeul cards, and they kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're numbered too. But I've really been enjoying this. I like seeing them on these cards, and even though they're mini bottles, I thought I'll go ahead and well, yeah, that's going to be too much glare if we try to show off the shimmer. So then the last 4, or the bottom half there, and I've been really liking this. Then I can kind of look at them, more of them at once. I lay it out on the table. This is a Kikuyo product that I got from, it's a card file, 5-pocket, A4, and I got it from Jet Pen some time ago. And it was like, yay, I finally have a really good use for this. So, okay, just one more thing, and then hopefully I can turn the camera around again and tell you what I've been up to that's been keeping me so busy. This is I call it my owl journal, and I started it back in, I hope I don't have addresses or anything. Yeah, 2017 when I was taking Temple Keeper's Oracle Journey, Mixed Media Altered Card. It was a class. And then I proceeded to kind of work in this for lots of different things. And I managed to get all the way over to this place here. So anyway, I just have a little bit left, but I thought, oh, I love this notebook. It's made in Italy paper. This was some of my art, or, you know, that I put together in mixed media in the back. But anyway, so it has like, it's already energetically great and I love it. And I thought that'd be a great way to finish this. It is to do the, it's open A door, but I didn't catch on to that till way in. Yeah, I finally realized not open the door, but a door. Coco, no, honey, it'll be an avalanche. You have to stay there, hon. He's coming around and oh boy. You can come over as soon as I get done this part. Anyway, I guess we'll have to make this quick, but I'm doing each prompt and I at first wasn't using the ink of the day, but then I started using the ink of the day whenever I had it, except for I think one day I was, yeah, this day here I wanted to use the Diamine Spiced Apple from last year. So, but this notebook is working out really good for this challenge. And I just love it. It's, you know, we're doing a lot over on Discord. And I don't know if anybody here is also doing it, but it was, Coco, no, honey. I'm sure you heard that. You could come up here and say hi when it gets to be that part where we don't have avalanches, okay? He's not going to be happy with that. Anyway, I guess it's kind of awkward because it's hard to show all of it. But anyway, I'm keeping up with that and I really like it. And it sort of replaced my long form journaling just for December. But it's nice to journal in community and go and see what other people are writing about and kind of jogs your memory, or it gives you another way to think about things. So I'm really, really pleased that I decided to take that course or journal challenge, whatever you want to call it. So I think I'm going to switch the camera now. Now I've made wreckage on my desk. Maybe I can, I don't know if I could straighten it out fast enough to just at least make it look normal. Because I wanted to talk to you about what I've been doing. Actually, before we go though, I have two pictures and I thought maybe it would, would help. Oh, these are not it. I grabbed the wrong pictures. Oh no. Oh, I put them over here already. Okay. Yeah. I didn't mean to be this rattle-headed. So I've got pictures that I'll just briefly show you, because then maybe sometime in the future I'll show you the after pictures. But this was the urgency of me working on another project, which was the back of our house. We had a bad wall behind our bathroom, and so we luckily got, you know, carpenters to replace that wall out of wood. This is vinyl siding, and I've since cleaned it, and an old water heater door, which I've since painted and done a little repair on. And then I scraped all of this. This is old wood siding, which used to be covered with aluminum. Don't ask. And I painted, so I painted all of this and this twice. And then Manuel's working, he's got the wood and he's repairing this little porch, and I'll be painting that next. So, you know, this is just the before, and it's come a long way since then. And then in the front, I had to paint all of this, which is very picky, the lattice, and it faded, and, you know, I've had it a long time, but nothing's rotten. I repaired the little bump there, and another thing I repaired, and then I scraped and did some sanding and brushing and all that, and then painted. And now I've got to do this, all the concrete. And then as soon as I learn how, this is all aluminum and this is vinyl. So, you know, when you do changes, it was a flat roof when we moved here. And so anyway, I just wanted to show you, because that kind of, a picture says 1,000 words, but let's switch the shot and we'll talk for a few minutes. Okay, I think I managed to get things turned around correctly so that I could talk to you again. So I forgot this. My favorite accessory that I'm using right now are these. I ordered these from Brenda at the door Dormouse's desk, she has an Etsy shop, and I like it because I'm topping each one of my little bottles, and these really accurately show the color. I really like them, and you know, she has some that come with the little label and the dot, but I was using a lot of dots, you know, a lot more of those than the labels and so on, and so I liked it when these became available, you know, just by themselves. So I wouldn't know what to do without it, because they work better than the paper ones that get kind of, well, disintegrated, or they kind of distort the color. So I'm topping each bottle with the color. Actually, let's look in here and see what made the Yes bucket so far. Like, you know, okay, so Velvet Emerald, that was today's. Of course, it's likely to be in the Love bucket, you know, the first day, because that's how I am. Like, I haven't met an ink I don't like until I actually start having problems with it or something, or realize it's exactly like something else. And then Jacaranda, the purple that has all that shading, that's still there. And Nightfall is still in the Yes container. Early Dusk, I really like that blue, and it's like a blue during Christmas, or you know, but it's beautiful. And then Buck's Fizz, the orange one, that made it. And of course this little Sweet Dreams, the pink one. I don't have tons of pink. I have a lot of samples of pink, but in terms of like these are 12 mil. So that's kind of neat. Well, while we're doing that, we might as well do all of them. The maybe, the question, the ones that already earned a question mark, Moonbeam. I can't figure out if it's dry or I'm just got it in the wrong pen. Same with Masquerade. That's in the maybe pile. Like, it's so pretty though for art, but do I do art? I have to learn honesty with myself when it comes to ink. I'm not sure that that's possible, but and then Cashmere Rose. Cashmere Rose, that's really pretty. I would probably put that in the Yes today. See, it kind of changes. It's very interesting how that happens. So that's a lot of them in the Yes. And then in the No, I just can't seem to put Fortune's Gold, just doesn't seem to want to move from there, but that's okay. I'm all likely pretty much to not like yellow inks. It's just something, it just doesn't, to me, seem like something you write with a pen with. But there are some, you know, I've seen Wasky Squirrel has a yellow that works out pretty good. Did I say orange? I'm likely to just say the wrong word, you know. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, so the other accessory, of course, are these the Waringle cat cards. I'm so glad I got them, because I really like them. And every day Manuel passes by and he says, I like those cats. They look so evil. It's funny. It's really kind of funny. And then, of course, I make these, the little tiles. I just cut them out of the 9 by 11. So I end up with like 12 per page. But it's really joyful. It's really fun to open the little window every day, get the ink out, and I haven't laid all that pressure on myself of making myself, you know, find 8 comparison colors and taking the pictures for Instagram. I think my energy is really well served to work in that journaling writing challenge, because it's kind of reviewing 2023, and it's going to be kind of preparing for a good year for 2024. And I'm already kind of feeling a good energy. Like I would have said in the beginning, well, it's true, a lot of good things happen. I got to Vermont and I saw my family, and it was just wonderful. And you know, a lot of good positive things happen, and not really any really bad things. But I had a ho-hum feeling. I was left after those 4 months of intense heat from June through September. I was left with the feeling of like half the year felt wasted and everything. So now I'm kind of making up for it, which kind of leads me to that topic, the off-topic, the very off-topic topic of working on our house. You know, after getting the roof done, we were energized, and then being able to fix our HVAC system. But it was actually when the carpenters came and did that wall behind the bathroom. There's one picture. Gee, I think I have that one here. It was really hideous, which, you know, it's funny, but hideous pictures are helpful because that's when you realize, oh, I hate it when I can't find things. If you could see the full view, you'd understand why. Okay, here it is. You know, you have to almost see the hideous, and then this is after it was torn off, and the rotten part was here, and the, you know, the ruined insulation, and, you know, it's such a joy when things get right and fixed and you can actually paint and stuff. But we had, I believe it's 6 days in a row of just gorgeous Chamber of Commerce weather, dry, warm but not too hot. You know, we had humidity in the mornings, but then by 11 o'clock, the humidity burned off. So it was perfect for painting. And I said to myself, I don't care how many challenges I've got going at my desk. This is like really, really a good opportunity to get out there and get, you know, what took the amount of time was scraping and sanding, you know, preparing that back wall, because it was a little bit worse than I thought. Not where they replaced, but just, you know, yeah, I was trying to remember the last time I painted, and I believe my son helped me with that, which would have been like 2004 or before, and that's a long time. I'm surprised that we had no rotting, nothing. So must have been good paint or good luck or something. The vinyl up above that where I painted is dirty, but it's so high up there, and it's the kind of dirty where you don't want to spray it because it'll like leak down green stuff all over. So I've got a ladder and I'm going to work on getting that cleaned. The rest of it was all like, it wasn't so tall that I could get on a ladder and just kind of clean it like you would an interior wall, basically. But all these things kind of mean a lot to me and add up because it's just a lot of overdue projects and stuff. But it's really nice when there's something you can do. It makes you feel good, and then I realized, well, you know, I think I can do maybe more than I think, or than I thought. So I'm kind of excited about it. And Manuel's out cleaning the garage, and oh my gosh, my hat is like tipping over. And he's been kind of organizing the garage and stuff, which the garage is a whole separate project, which I kind of want to make sure I don't I don't want to see the whole mountain right now. I kind of want to focus on each little hill as I conquer each little thing, you know, or we do, because you can get overwhelmed and go into shutdown, and I think that's maybe what we did, because a lot of the stuff was just so much, we didn't know where to start, kind of thing. But so that's what I've been up to. But it was interesting, the feeling after working for several hours outside, and then, you know, having the time at my desk. It made me remember how it felt to be working, you know, to be working outside the home, and then come home and feel that nice contrast, like suddenly washing the dishes or writing something, or, you know, doing something sitting down was like this luxury and wonderful kind of change of pace. And it made me realize I can think of the work that I'm doing on the house as kind of like as a job. And that'll help me, you know, realize, yeah, now I really deserve this time at my desk, or time to goof off and watch a movie or whatever. So anyway, the Inkvent, I'm super happy that I did get it. At first I was sort of like, you know, between the time when I pre-ordered it and got it, I began to wonder if it was the right decision, because I have a lot of ink, as you can see, and that's not all of it. I've got a rolling cart, and I've got all these little sample, actually that's 2022 sample of each one of those, and then, you know, by color, I've got so many inks. But this is a treat type thing, and it was ad money that I used to buy it, and I'm already, you know, kind of formulating what I'm going to do at the end. I don't want to talk about it yet, because I want to make sure that I make a solid choice, have all the materials I need to make the action happen first. And because I do tend to take on quite a bit and get things, when I'm in a work mode and things are going well, I tend to do lots, you know. So I want to make sure that I don't like not be able to follow through with something. Anyway, that's enough on that right now. But I've been kind of, you know, slight on time to watch other people's inputs about the Inkvent, but I have caught a couple of Marilyn's videos, and I've just been like collecting videos to watch later kind of thing. And I have been on Instagram a little bit, but I've kind of not been there as much because I've been on Discord to, you know, post my little responses to the writing challenge, and that's been really fun. And it probably sounds like frenetic and insane, but it's not actually. That's just the way my brain processes things, and my, you know, but actually I've been really excited to get up every morning, which is, that's priceless, you know. Even the painting got me, you know, I was like, when is the humidity going to burn off? And so a couple of mornings it was 11 before I could start, which is pretty good actually during the winter like this. Today is a lot colder. I've been inside all day. This is the first day in 6 days that I've been inside more of the day than outside. So, excuse me. I've been, you know, writing Christmas cards, and I've got lots of pen pal letters to reply to too. But I didn't want to completely like let the whole Inkvent go by without doing an update, because at least at day 10, and now there's 15 more days of it. So we'll see how I divide that up. Or it may go, you know, all the way through and then take you into my ink journal. But I actually look forward to a longer study of these and seeing what other people have said. And it's not something that really you can do in one day. You can't even formulate your own opinion on an ink in one day, because look how quickly I was mentioning how the ink bottles are moving around in those 3 categories. And that's a pretty oversimplified, you know, yes, no, and maybe kind of thing. I think it's more experience with each one, and also kind of you get a lot of hints from other people when you hear what they say. Not that you can be influenced positive or negatively, but you can also see what they're doing as far as artwork and writing and what pen and nib they're using. All of that matters. I'm just using my favorite pens and nibs for ink testing. And so if I run into a problem, it's like, well, if a broad nib, especially if a number 6 broad nib doesn't get along with the ink, I'm not likely to get along with it. But so we're each different in what we reach for, you know, to write with. So sometimes those initial impressions do stick with me. But if anything, I'm likely to overlove an ink early on. And so I'm kind of aware of that. Like, let's see how you feel at the end of the month. That's why I like to run like 8 pens and inks and really, really write with them, letters and everything. You find out in a hurry, and you find yourself at the sink, you know, cleaning the pen and picking something else if it's really bad. You know, if you just can't enjoy the writing experience, or at least I do. I find that, oh, if it's going to slow me down that much, I just don't want to keep on with it, you know. So, how are you doing? I want to hear in the comments, and you know, what you're writing with, what you're experimenting with for December. And hopefully this gave you, if you're not doing Inkvent, at least a little glimpse, you know, a little tiny little segment of opinion from me, because there's a lot of opinions out there, a lot of videos, Instagram photos, all kinds of stuff. Even people doing shorts and, you know, short little videos and things like that. So, but the technique to open the little bottles has really, really been great. And I think I updated and did another short, but if you go from the bottom, it's even better. It's like, it's completely, there's a little kind of almost a seam. It's not perforated, but if you happen to get to that portion and put your little seam ripper and get your hands out of the way down at the bottom, it just opens one try, one little swipe. So I hopefully won't lose this. I've been trying really hard to keep it with my pens in one of those little pen holders so I wouldn't lose it. Because it's just like, it's the tool for me anyway, because I'm not going to, so far I haven't cut myself or poked myself with it or anything. I'm used to using seam rippers for sewing, so. Now I need to take a breath. And I don't even have my water here. It's across the room. But I was thinking that there might have been something else I wanted to say. So today's the 10th, so 11, 12. So 2 more days and then my birthday. I've got kind of a little pile of cards and letters I get to open on my birthday, so that's kind of fun. And I already got a surprise Amazon card for my birthday. And I'm contemplating books right now because I guess I'm overstocked in pens, inks, and so on. Let's see, what else? It's just a fun time. December is a fun month for me because it's cooler, and it's my birthday month. And then there's the like collective energy around Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. And I don't have time for the news, so I'm not actually not really well informed right at this moment. But I actually realized last night when I was thinking about that, I'm actually glad because it'll be there. It will be rehashed anyway, and I don't really need to know every day, you know, event by event in the news, because it can really do something to my mental health. So I think that's the video for today, and I'm seeing 46 minutes. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of inspiration or enthusiasm. I am, like I said, collecting the cards to send to Matt for ink swatch. So they will be there, you know, as soon as this ends, because I'm not actually peeking into them early to make the cards this time. I just decided not to. But as soon as the last one is made and it dries enough, I'll send it to him. And so it should go pretty quickly. And then of course, hopefully he'll still have some time while he's not teaching to get them on the website. But and in any case, they will get there and will be there sometime in January. So that'll be nice. Actually, there's a week in December where the mailing can happen, so that'll be good. I think I better end the video now. I know I'm still, you know, full of energy and all that, but this is getting way too long. So I will see you in the comment section. And things have slowed down right now, so hopefully I'll have more time to see your experiments with the different inks. But I'd love to hear anything you want to say down in the comments. You know, change my mind on that Fortune's Gold. You know, if I was actually doing more mixed media still right now, then yeah, that would be a sparkly yellow to put in there. It's got a lot of shimmer in the splats, but I don't like it in a nib, and right now I'm trying to write letters and journal. So those are the two things. So I guess that's why that poor ink, that's the only one in the no pile. Maybe somebody could change my mind about it. And I'll see you next time. And have a great time, whatever you're doing, whatever you're experimenting with. Bye for now.